the thoughts you keep thinking. So sometimes you have beliefs that do not serve you. But when you first awaken, those beliefs are quiet enough that you can find a fresh one that comes from source, that is about who you really are and what you really know.
So we going back, so she's saying first thing again, once you get up in the morning, if you have those same thoughts that you were thinking the previous day, they're not going to be as much momentum on your mind because you just woken up and you got a fresh start, so you can actually switch. So that's why I say it's always good to maybe do some kind of meditation. Maybe it's good to do some kind of maybe like affirmation, because once you do that, you can kind of change your direct thought. You can change your train of thought to something else and kind of break that momentum. So this is basically what she's talking about.
Is the reverse of that if you awaken and you have a very positive thought? That is, I'm going to heal myself.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. Once you get that momentum going.
But would like the 17-second rule apply to that as well?
It applies to everything. And the rule of thumb is when you acknowledge that law of attraction is, whether you like it or not, and you acknowledge that it is responding to the vibration that you are offering right now, and therefore momentum will get going. So if we were standing in your physical
so we go back to law of attraction again. So what she's referring to on this one is that regardless of what it is, the more that you once again give your attention to, is going to give you more of that. So it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, it's just going to respond to whatever signal that you're sending out. So you just really have to be aware of what you are sending out, because you're going to get it right back. So yeah.
If the thought felt good, we'd think it. We'd think more about it. We'd talk about it. We'd write it down. We would discuss it with others. We would deliberately encourage that momentum. But if it's an uneasy thought, if it feels uncomfortable, then we would do our best to generalize it. The more specific you become in a thought, the more momentum. The more general you become in a thought, the slower the momentum. Esther remembers San Francisco driving to the top of one of those, what she called ridiculous hills. She couldn't believe that people were actually driving on those hills. And so we said, well, imagine perching your car at the top of one of those hills, take it out of gear, take the brake off, and just for fun, just to see what happens, nudge it a little bit from behind. Well, you know what will happen, and if you come to your senses, you will step out in front of it and let it bump up against you, and you will stop that unwanted momentum. But you would not want to be at the base of that hill stopping that unwanted momentum. Right. So your thoughts are the same way. When you get the hang of this, when you begin to realize that every thought is vibration, and that law of attraction is responding to every thought, and the thought is going to increase. The only question is it one you want to increase? Because it's going to increase. Law of attraction insists that it does.
Can you have a thought, like I talk a lot about the I am discourses. I am as the name of source, another name for source. If you are feeling weak, but you have a thought saying, I am strong. I mean, that's one of the lines from the book of Joel. Let the weak man say, I am strong. If you continuously say, I am strong, or I am well, or I am healed, or I am wealthy, or I am positive, or I'm loving.
It makes sense. It makes sense, but there is a effort factor, a backfiring factor that sometimes. Every subject is really two subjects, wanted and absence of it. So if you are feeling not strong and you say, I am strong, which end of the stick are you activating? And what we've noticed is the more effort you are applying, usually you're trying to overcome what you've really got going on vibrationally with words. And instead of it working the way you want it to, it works in reverse, because when you're trying really hard, it's an indicator that you're trying to use your words and your actions and your affirmations to compensate for vibration that you didn't get started off on the right foot. We think affirmations are wonderful, but we would make sure that we are feeling really good when we affirm, because the universe doesn't hear what you say, the universe hears what you mean.
It also...
So basically, on this one is that she's saying that the universe doesn't hear what you say, it hears what you mean. A lot of us have maybe have had some incidents where you will say something to somebody, but you really don't mean it. So it's basically that, you saying some things because it comes to the top of your head, and it's just, that you could probably get on a person's skin or whatnot, but deep in your heart, you don't mean it. So that's basically the same thing. You're saying some things, but within here, you don't really mean it. You don't mean it in your heart. So that's what she means about the universe hears what you mean. It doesn't hear what you say because you don't mean it, but you're just saying it. So it has to match up. That's what a manifestation is all about. It has to match up. You have to believe it. You have to have it within here, and you have to have it within here for it to match up to have a manifestation. But a lot of us are saying things and we don't believe it. So that's basically what she means about the universe hears what you mean and not what you say. So yeah.